actually bring in from Indonesia. If you came here about 2.5 years ago, this entire area here that we've actually extended for workshop and tour space, you would have saw blue tanks, holding tanks for incubation time, yeah? We were probably raising dengue at that time, but things weren't really working out. The disease level, was just not working out. They're just so prone to getting sick. They came over, with a lot of issues. And so this was the holding, but it's not lucrative. And so the boys actually went to school for it. They inseminate. And so we had our own nursery. We have the nursery in the back, and we're much more successful. Disease rate really, really low. Calamaris was one of the major things. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it's like a zombie disease in the fish. Their faces get totally eaten. And you don't want that, obviously, elsewhere, right? So the tilapia also, wonderful fish. You guys eat tilapia? Yeah? Most of us are probably cringing. Some people are like, oh my God, it's a dirty fish. And this is, kind of shame on us, right? So I'm from Waihua. We have Lake Wilson. Those of you from town, you have the canals and the alawai. Tilapia, really great fish. We made that water dirty, and it survived, right? But now we call it a dirty fish, right? So it is, you are what you eat.
Right.
If we were in a canal sifting through mud, we would probably taste like mud. And so even our students that we see, every single one that goes, tilapia, I'm like, that's your mom and that's your grandma telling you that, okay? Because you wouldn't have known it when you were eating a fish stick or a filet fish burger, right? Or Dave & Buster's, who supports it, right? But it's cultivated. Why? Tilapia, very high tolerance for salt, yeah? Very high tolerance for temperature change. So therefore, we use it everywhere. But again, if you're pellet fed, our pellets are 60% vegetable based, which is great because then they just go through it quickly. It's a clean process from beginning to end. We have to jump through hoops to get our certification. So that means we have to get our water, the pellets tested, everything from across the board, everywhere. So in that case, it's a great fish, right? We sell all three, but of course the most popular is the golden and the koilapia. So when I say University of Hawaii bred the koilapia, they actually bred that fish to look everything like koi, but very much tilapia meat. Why? Because pretty sells, right? If you're plating something, obviously the pretty stuff is going to go first. However, if you're going to farm raise tilapia, you would probably be investing in the reds, the blues, and the black, the Niloticus. That's the beefy ones. They're going to bulk up quick, and you'll get, a lot of bang for your buck. And then, of course, the Chinese catfish, totally in demand. We can't stock enough of it. We can't breed it fast enough. Chinatown, Chun's Meat Market, Seafood City, constantly, harping on us for wanting it. And then, of course, the swai. I would actually probably put the swai in front of the Chinese catfish just because Chinatown does a lot with that fish. Great fish, wonderful white meat. We just had a farm-to-table exhibition with some Hilton chefs. Beautiful steam job, nice with ginger, wonderful, wonderful fish. So highly recommend if you guys haven't had it, try it.
Are these the chosen ones then? So
these are the ones that we bring up. They're a little bit active. They're younger, obviously, because then we can carry more than one, and the kids can see them a little bit more.
So they're not going to get eaten.
They're not going to get eaten for now.
Not
For
yet.
now. We did have a gourami actually in that corner, but so Cody is our intern that I actually just recently hired. Now he's on payroll. He's actually a really good story, and two of our other employees, young kids, they actually were in FFA from intermediate, then they went into high school, they were in a wonderful ag program, then went off to LCC, we hired them as interns, and then now they're on payroll. So nice full circle, but it's a future farmer. Which, our average age farmer right now is really old. We're at 62. My average age worker right now is 67. So, we got to change that number a bit. It's rough, let me tell you. But another reason why, also before we head out, the other reason why Fred and Brendan wanted to do it is because of that average age, all of our workers are standing upright, with the exception of the ones that we're going to see in our edible garden. They're all standing upright. We're harvesting upright. They're using their core movements. They're using their legs. They're not doing back breaking. Everything is done upright. which makes it great for after work. Yeah, because then you can, you know, have a better life. And they're not eating dust. You guys are gonna see gravel everywhere. We keep the dust down with that, and they're not inhaling it like some of our other farmers. So anyway, just a little bit of difference with that. But so we put the fingerlings here. Cody and I, we redid a Dutch bucket system, took it apart, had him put it back together so he understood the mechanics of it. And there was babies in there, so we brought it here. Well, I had it in my tank, and then we brought it over here because we didn't want them to get eaten. But we took that gourami out. Gourami, really good eating fish. We actually sold quite a bit to a lo'i, a kalo farmer. They put it in the lo'i. They will eat algae, they'll eat the bugs, they'll eat the snails, and they'll keep it clean, and they're territorial. So they stick to their own area. You clean your area, I clean my area, we're good. So then you have a clean lo'i, and then you're raising it for consumption. So yeah, 3 things, 4 things happening all at once. But a very good eating fish too. So, but now that's a nursery. So, there we go.